beautiful Sagittarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of August right through the end of September 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, I've just opened a second competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know regarding their career sector and their money situation for the coming weeks and months ahead? What do they need to know at this time? What's going on for them? We've got the Tower as your first card. Now, this is your protagonist energy. If you're ever going to receive a Tower, you want it in that position because it means you are affecting change. It means some of you are going through a period of restructure. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're reorganizing your desk or you're actually getting organized on a different schedule, or perhaps you're changing your hours at your working environment in some way. For some of you, it could be that you are looking at your career sector and seeing what needs to be done in terms of standing out from the crowd. It could be that you are seeing like a niche in the market in some way and you are going solo because of course the Tower can represent you being a tower of power, you know, doing something bold and daring that sees you stand out from other people and that you get an opportunity to set things in motion that are different, that are unique. But we will get into that energy in a moment. For some of you, especially if you've come to this reading and you're currently looking for a new position, if you were let go in some way or you were made redundant or fired, or if something went down in your working environment that really shocked you, some of you could be rebuilding at this time, but you're coming back stronger than ever. So if you're looking for a new role, I definitely see that there is something coming on in, but also what I see here is it's in alignment with your true life's purpose and mission. But I see also that the majority of you, if you're not an entrepreneur doing your own thing, I feel like you're someone who has great leadership skills. You are someone who really has the power to set up your own business. So it could be something that you're thinking about at this time. Now, with that King of Cups present, it does tell me that a lot of you, you do love what you do, but you may have felt that you hit a glass ceiling in some area of your career. And that's what that Tower can be about as well. That you're having sudden ideas, epiphanies on how to restructure. So you may not be leaving where you are, but you may be suddenly trying to do things differently so that you can actually, stand out when it comes to bonus time, or if you're an entrepreneur, you stand out in your industry and you're above the competition. But we will get to that energy now in a moment. The next coming weeks, this is a very thoughtful time for you. Yeah, 8 of Swords. It's in the resistance position and that's where you want it to be. So if you've been feeling stuck, these new ideas or paradigm shifts are actually going to help you release a difficult period, and I feel you are going to move on to something that you really love. Yeah, 2 of Cups. For a lot of you, you're thinking about putting your resume out there or looking outside your current circumstances for new roles or new opportunities. Looking at the overarching energy, the majority energy, you may feel that you go unnoticed in your career sector in some way, and you may feel that your skill set isn't fully utilized. So you're looking outside of yourself and your position right now just to see what else is out there. So whether you've put your resume out there or not, I feel with that King of Cups energy, you're really thinking about it at this time. You're thinking about what you love about your career. The Tower is, a leap of faith, really. And you could shock a lot of people by suddenly giving in your notice when a new role comes along, because a lot of you with that Justice card and the Two of Cups, there is some sort of new contract swirling around you right now. And the Two of Cups is being offered something that you love. You're vibing at a frequency of loving something that you do in your career sector. So some of you could be actually, focusing on, as I said, like a niche market or some area of your career where you've learned a lot of skills. The King of Cups tells me you've really established yourself as being someone who is destined for the top. You've reached a certain level of success already. You're really good and naturally talented at what you do. And you're like, what else? What else can I do in this role? How can I transform it in some way to make it better, to really stand out, to move up to the next level? And if you feel like there's no room for maneuver in your current circumstances, I see you taking yourself elsewhere. But there's something here that you're thinking about, and it could be going solo. So it could be that you've established yourself so far in a role that you're like so knowledgeable, and you're like, okay, if I focus on this aspect, could I become a counselor? Could I become a consultant? Could I actually go solo and launch an entrepreneurship? The answer is yes, okay? But I feel like, there are some adjustments to be made. And I feel like there's overseas links here as well. Some of you may actually take what you know, your knowledge, online. So it could be that actually, you utilize things like social media platforms to put the word out about your skills. I mean, some of you may even record like a course of learning of your skills and your knowledge online to benefit others. And it could be something that you ask people to pay for, because the Justice card is, a fair recompense for the effort that you're making. But I see that a lot of you right now are thinking about reciprocity in your career sector. With the Hermit in the resistance position, you're exhausted. And I would say with that Tower energy that a restructure is necessary so that you don't burn yourself out. But it is the protagonist energy. So that means this is your energy affecting change in your career in some way. Now, of course, this picture, it looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa that is, typically very stable in its unique, authentic shape. Not many buildings lean to the side and remain upright. So I feel this is about you embracing the strange or embracing a different way of working so that you are unique and quirky in the way that you do something. I feel like you have a very specific way of working that other people, they may not, get, or they may not follow the same sort of pattern that you do in your career environment. But don't ever change your wonderful, unique self. That is what sets you apart from other people, and that is what gets results, is what I'm being given as well. So if you are interviewing at this time for new roles, remember, embrace who you are and the way you do things. It may not be in the way everybody else does it. It's very maverick. It's actually, outside of a comfort zone for some people, and that's what sets you apart. So really embrace, all the differences that you have in your working environment, because you really stand out. The Tower is a card that indicates you stand out. And it says here revelation. So lots of new ideas, very productive this month. Very busy. I see that, you're going to be dealing with a lot of administrative tasks. I feel like you're getting everything in order. Now, it could be that you're getting everything in order because you're taking a vacation, or perhaps you are tying up loose ends in order to leave a position, train someone else in that position so you can leave and do something else elsewhere. Whatever it is, I see you attracting more, but it's all connected to doing something that you love. But I feel right now, there is a benefit for you in your career coming in, and there may be even a new contract. For some of you, there's a restructure going on in your industry, new rules, regulations, policies. So you may have to sign new contracts or look at paperwork this month. I feel paperwork is very important for you, important documents. I mean, on a personal level, there could be some documents that are coming up to an expiry date. These could be connected to service providers, or your passport, your visa, things like that are really important. So you may want to look at that this time round, and especially if you're thinking about traveling or going overseas, because some of you are thinking about where you belong in your career sector. And with that Hermit energy and the Temperance card, I feel some of you are thinking about nomadic working. How can you utilize your time, do something that you're very knowledgeable at, but also like shake up the way that you work? And that's what this Tower is all about. So if you're not, although I am hearing a song right now that is kind of bringing me in a different direction. I'm hearing a very famous song, Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. Okay, stumble out of bed. Okay. So it's gone really muffled. So maybe that means that, this is the usual typical way of working, 9 to 5. That's what society tells us. Get us a stable job that's 9 to 5. So either you have that already and you're thinking about something alternative at this time, or some of you may be setting up a second stream of income. With that Two of Cups, it's a card of duality. Along with that Justice card, it could be something creative that you're doing and you're trying to legally set it up at this time. But it could also be that you're changing your hours, because it is 9 to 5, that song. I would say listening to that song over the years, I can just about remember some of the lyrics, and I feel this is about you like doing something that you love, but you're exhausted doing it. And although your boss or the people that you work with, they may not get you, or they may have it out for you in some way, micromanaging and things, I feel there's an energy of you being successful no matter what. So yeah, I feel right now this is a period of, I almost want to say, subverting the hours. So I'm just getting an energy of you restructuring your schedule, perhaps. So maybe you are talking to your boss or someone who has influence in your working environment right now to discuss hours so that you can work on your own time. Perhaps that's what's coming out with that song. Or for some of you, it could be that if you're an entrepreneur, or you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, it's about the hours that you work so that you can have more time for yourself to see the world and like live as freely as possible. So I'm getting this energy of perhaps some of you are brainstorming these ideas over the next coming weeks and months. But ultimately, the King of Cups, there's an energy of fulfillment, and whatever it is that you do, you kind of like it. Okay, I get an energy though that you're very established and experienced in what you do, and the Tower is like new ideas to keep it fresh, or you're actually thinking about restructuring, making some tweaks to whatever it is that you do right now so that you can just continue to love what you do. Because of course, in order to be a master or a mistress of your skill set, we have to do something time and time again. There has to be a repetitive routine to it. And sometimes that can get boring, it can get dull. But I feel like you're being very clever to keep your skills fresh. Some of you may be upskilling at this time. But the King of Cups, there's an energy of thoughtfulness here. You tend to invest 100% into your work environment. You're a natural born leader. You are someone who respects other people. You're someone who is a bit of a peacemaker. So you may actually find that in the working environment over the next coming weeks or months, you have to be a mediator. Or some of you may even, especially because we've got that Justice card there may be a moment where you're taken into HR to discuss something that went down that may not involve you, but it could be that you're a witness to something and you have to give your side of the story on that. That's coming through there as an aside. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be a client that you really, really love, but they are either changing the way that they do business with you, or you are coming to an end of a contract with them and they want to renew it. So there may be like a negotiation here of something new, whether it's new hours, new pay. The Two of Cups is like you're going to love the outcome. Some of you are thinking about where you connect your time and the brands or the company or the clients that you connect yourself to at this time, because I feel like you're just making some major adjustments so that business runs a lot more smoothly. I see you being very focused this month, very organized, and with the Strength card, I feel some of you, there may have been some difficulties that you've had to work through. Maybe it's extra work that you've had there on your plate, because I see that you're very exhausted, but you're still showing up every day for yourself, and I feel like you're accomplishing a lot right now. But the Strength card is to do something bold and daring outside the usual norm, but also you're paying close attention to your mental and physical health at this time, not to go too far and burn yourself out. Otherwise, there'll be this moment where you need to take a sabbatical or some time off. If we work too hard, sometimes the body has a way of saying, slow down. It could be a seasonal cold that comes and wipes you out, or, it could be that your immune system gets a little bit lower. So just watch out for that, because I feel like you've been operating on all cylinders at this moment in time, and you may have felt really drained in some way there too. But you're going to have a lot of energy over the next coming weeks to make some changes. I feel like you're gathering a lot of strength to either look towards a leadership position or a promotion, or some of you are just trying to make a restructure that will benefit you later on in your career. We definitely have the Hermit energy. It's in the resistance position. So I feel for some of you, not all of you, and this is not a message that you may want to hear, but there may be someone who makes a mistake in the next coming weeks. It's not your mistake, but you may need to step in to either help correct it, or I don't see that you're covering for this person. I don't feel it's one of those mistakes where someone needs someone to cover for them, but I feel like you're doing something that you feel is right in the situation. You're leading with integrity, but I feel even if it's you that makes a mistake, although I don't see that here, even if it's you that makes a mistake, there is a recovery. So don't sweat the small stuff. I feel things will work out in your favor. And if you've been currently going through some difficulties in your working environment, and you've been trying to problem solve this situation, the next 6 weeks will resolve everything, and it will be plain sailing is what I see there as well. Now, of course, the Hermit energy, this card in this position, some of you may feel a little bit isolated in your working environment, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It's lonely at the top sometimes with that King of Cups there in the Tower. So you may feel that you want to branch out and meet like-minded individuals. So you may attend some sort of workshop or some sort of festival, or maybe you are thinking about working in an environment where other entrepreneurs hire out some space. What do you call those places? It's almost like a freelance hub type thing where people go and they may be doing different things, but you may be wanting to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who work on their own industry, but at the same time there is some sort of community there. Also, if you're in a company and you work for a company, you could find that as you start to rise in your career and you step into leadership roles, people look at you differently. Even people that, were your comrades in the working environment, suddenly when you're moving into a new position, everything changes because now you are governing a team and they are treating you differently. But you may find that there's one person, and this is coming through there briefly, there's one person who almost kind of looks at you like they don't want to respect your position because they feel like it should have been them, or they feel that, one day you were working alongside them and now you're leading them. You are the team leader, or you're the manager, or you're the boss, and they can't get to grips with that. There's something in their ego that may cause a bit of an issue. So I feel like you are going to be very tentative about this. You're going to be very direct, but some adjustments will be made, and this person, they will correct their behavior is what I see there, okay? So if they're making it a little bit hard for you at first, they're trying to get to grips with their own ego, and they will go through that ego death and accept, of course, that you are in command now of a team, because I do see that some of you have just stepped into a promotion or leadership position, and if you haven't, I definitely see some of you may be offered it very soon, and I feel like there's a new contract or some sort of new position available to you that means you have to change the relationships in the working environment. Not compromise the way that you work together, or that banter that can go on in an industry. It's more that things will change and you will be somehow put apart from other people, and that can change dynamics. So that's coming out there as well. Now also the Hermit card, whenever you apply it to a career or money reading, it basically means some of you are thinking about going solo in your industry right now. You have a lot of knowledge. There's loads of pearls of wisdom there. The bear represents endurance, so you are maintaining a position, sustaining your energy even though it's been difficult and you're exhausted. But also the Hermit energy can represent a need to withdraw in order to focus on something that is really taxing mentally, because you've got the Five of Pentacles there and the Eight of Swords. Something's on your mind right now, and you may feel depleted. I mean, for some of you, it could be that the company that you work for, you're noticing a lot of downsizing going on, which means extra work for you. And you are, even if there is a restructure or a merge going on, or even a detachment of companies going on behind the scenes, I see that some of you could have to sign new contracts. Please be mindful to check all the small print, because anything you sign now, it means it nullifies anything that went before. So if you had some really great bonuses or benefits in some way, that is now over if you sign that new contract. So some of you may be trying to negotiate some sort of deal, or if there's something in that contract that you think, don't like that, you have the opportunity to negotiate it and cut it out of your contract. But not everybody is going to be as savvy as you when it comes to that. Now, this is a card of introspection. As I said, this is a very thoughtful time for you. I feel you're thinking about your next steps, you're strategizing. I'm actually seeing lots of bars of gold right now in the water. So this can indicate that you are a valuable asset in your team or your industry. I mean, for some of you, it could be that, you are upskilling and changing pay grade. So there's more solid money coming in. Bars of gold tends to represent solid money or solid position. For some of you, it could be that you're thinking about going into precious metals or things like that. So, I'm not really au fait with things like that, but please take it as it resonates. But I'm just seeing bars of gold. And I feel like you're a solid worker, someone who's very professional, someone actually who is sought after, because, people could get hired and do their job, but they get comfortable in a comfort zone. And they tend to start, coasting a little bit, but not you. You're always on it. You're making sure that you bring your A game to every role that you do, and that's what's really commendable. Now, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and it's in the resistance position. Again, that's where you want it to be, because it can mean that, if money has been lost, or you feel that you've been struggling financially recently, then there is a respite. There is a recovery of a situation. So there could be more money coming on in. For those of you who are currently out of a job, you could be seeing that there is a recovery in the job market for you, and suddenly an opportunity comes your way. Because this card in this position, it basically means new job, or, hope returns, you recover your energy, and suddenly, your prayers are answered in some way. Now, also, some of you may find that someone is off sick over the next coming weeks and months, and that means that you have to either pick up the slack in some way, or there's extra work to be done. There could also be a break in the chain briefly, and it just sets things out of motion, or it just feels like things are out of sync with usual. So I feel for some of you, this person has been you. If you've been off unwell for a while and you've been really recovering, take the time that is necessary to recover before you re-enter the workforce. Otherwise, there will be a setback. So make sure that you're back to best before you do that. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so many healing vibes. I see that you're gathering your strength at this time. But some of you may actually be deciding to put yourself on a course of learning when you're not working or as you're recovering. So I feel like new knowledge is coming to you in the next coming weeks. And it may be something that you pay for. And maybe that's what that Five of Pentacles is about. It's like reinvesting your money in yourself through a course of learning, or contemplating a new strategy, or just looking at what you've accomplished so far and developing your skills so that you can take things to the next level. Now, also, if you are interviewing, I would say that Five of Pentacles is do not focus on your weaknesses. Think about your strengths. What sets you apart from other people? Very important for you to really think about that before you interview, because you really are someone who is different and unique. And that Five of Pentacles is like, yes, it's tough right now, but you have skills that other people do not. And also, you stand out in ways that other people do not. So embrace your confidence and know that you've got this. I feel you are an asset to any team or industry that you work in. Now, we do have Swords, okay? Swords again is in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in reverse there. This means liberation out of a stuck situation. You've had a lot on your mind. So some of you could be tying up loose ends on projects in order to go on a vacation or a quick getaway, but also I feel there's a major brainstorming going on with so much thoughtful energy, like anything is possible. So I feel like you're allowing your mind to run wild, to think what could happen next, or what do you want to happen next. There's a curious energy about you here. Also, some of you may hear of a person who's been in your industry or your company a long time. You may hear that they're stepping down or that they are leaving the industry completely. I definitely see an energy of new roles becoming available and a bit of a reshuffle going on in your industry. But also I feel like there's this energy of some of you want to leave a position, but you feel a little bit stuck right now. You're waiting for the right role to come up or the right opportunity, but it will arise. It's a waiting game there for you. And I want you to be aware that some adjustments are being made behind the scenes so that you can attract more money at this time. I see a lot of you, when it comes to your personal finances, you're having some sort of radical restructure, being really strict with the budget. Because that justice card there, it can indicate that, there's been a fluctuation in your money. Perhaps you felt you spent a little bit less last month than you intend to this month, or vice versa, and you're just trying to correct the balance so that you can save a little bit more. The Two of Cups, when it comes to money, it's you attracting more, but you're doing something that you love in order to, attract that more money, because I feel there's an agreement here, or there's some sort of opportunity, or because you're going to be toasting some sort of good news is what I see here. And I feel an offer comes on in, and it could be a benefit or a bonus. At this moment in time, I feel it's more about you looking at your gifts and a wonderful encounter that you will have, maybe with a person who's got water in their chart. It could be Scorpio, Cancerian, Pisces. Doesn't have to be Sun, Moon, or Rising. They could also have a little bit of Aries in there as well as Virgo, but it could be that there's someone here who opens a door for you in the next coming weeks and months, and there's just a wonderful opportunity and you benefit from this. I also see here that you're thinking and reflecting on the effort that you put in and what you're getting out of your current situation. And if you're not happy with that Five of Pentacles, some of you could be feeling, that you're depleted in your energy, you're bringing your A game, and you're wondering what for. If you feel the money is not right for the effort that you're making, you could be looking elsewhere for opportunities. But I would say to you that you're going to be met at first with a lot of people saying that you're overqualified for the positions that are available right now. And that just basically means they love what you do. You're someone who is established. You've got a lot of knowledge, but they're not willing to pay you for your skill set. And they're being very cheeky. So just watch out for that. I would say hold out, because there is a wonderful role coming on in that matches what you want, both emotionally, where you're making a difference, you're adding value to the role, but also you feel fulfilled and the money is right as well, is what I see there. Now we've got the outcome energy as the Temperance card. So this is like a very moderate kind of month for you, where things are kind of just ticking over as they usually do. But also this is about you focusing on your life purpose, making sure that everything is harmonious. You're in a period of re-examining though. You're not stagnant, you're in the flow. You're keeping your eyes on the industry or the job market, just so that you can catch an opportunity when it arises. So you're not just staying where you are right now. Even if you're happy right now, I feel like you're still kind of looking elsewhere just to keep your eyes peeled, because there's always movement and improvement to be had in different areas of our careers. But there is growth here, okay? Now, for some of you, especially if you are a creative, I definitely see that there could be some overseas links here. So if you're a musician, there could be like a gig abroad, or if you're an artist, it could be a gallery that wants to exhibit your work abroad. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you have a client that comes from overseas or is moving overseas and still wants to make sure that they utilize your services or goods. Also, I feel some of you may be thinking about branching out overseas. So you could be like staying in the same company, but you've had a sudden realization that actually you want to work in another country, like Dubai, or you want to work in Europe, or wherever it is you feel called to be, because this is the card of listening to your heart, re-examining those priorities, and having that calling, that life's meaning, that life's purpose that can connect to your career as well. I mean, equilibrium is like keeping things balanced. So I feel like you're balancing your books as well as your energy. And I feel like you're keeping an eye on finances, but you're also wondering where you belong. A lot of you, this card is like, how do I make money and be a little bit more nomadic in my career? So I feel there could be like a branch of a company that perhaps you work for right now, or perhaps you are able to now free yourself up and work anywhere in the world, and it's like you wanting to go to a different destination. But I just see a lot of international links with you. So if you do work for a company, it could be that there is a figurehead of your company coming to where you are right now, and you're currently in the preparation stage to make sure everything's ready for that person, meetings and, you know, the like dinners and all of the things. So I feel there's an energy of organization, but it could also be that you are planning, if you're an entrepreneur especially, to go overseas and perhaps go to some sort of conference or something that's connected to your business where you can make strong alliances, because I'm getting a very strong energy here of strong alliances. For some of you, this could be you deeply thinking about setting up your own business or partnering up with somebody that you care about and that you trust. Or if you're already in a partnership of a company there, I feel there's a wonderful energy here of both of you being on the same page, both of you being in the flow of doing the things that you love doing, but also the things that have to be done, like the administrative tasks, because I feel like you've got the best of both worlds here. This is a very logical energy with the Justice card. This is all about paperwork, strategies, you know, spreadsheets, all of the things, accounting, and we've got the Two of Cups there, doing something you love, something that's creative. So some of you, it could be that, you know, you're going through tax time, you're getting everything organized, maybe you're outsourcing whatever it is that you do to an accountant. Perhaps receipts and things need to be found at this time. So I feel a lot of you are just getting organized on that as well. But that Justice card, for some of you, you may work in the legal sector in some way, and you may have to represent someone who perhaps there is some sort of alliance or indication there's a connection abroad is what I'm getting. But also the Justice card, it can indicate if you work in the services, some of you may have to go abroad at this time, or there is an integration with, you know, services from a different country in some way. And maybe there's training there and alliances. That's what's coming through there too. But ultimately, the Justice card is about you making some adjustments. So it could be time related, especially since that song came up. I would say listen out for that song, because when you hear that song, I actually feel that there is some really good news, something that you're going to toast over the next 6 weeks. I feel it's closer to the 5th week mark, okay, whatever this is. The Two of Cups is a union, so it could be that, you know, people you work with, suddenly there's just a nicer environment, or people are working together, they're pulling together for the same common goal. This could also be that you're sharing your skill set, whether it's you're training someone or whether it's you're taking a vacation. I feel, you know, what you'll find is that whoever is taking over your role when you're on a vacation, I feel like they do their best, okay? But there's still some things that they missed, and you will have to return to those things that you can do them yourself. I hate to give you that message, but that is there. Also, with the Eight of Swords and the Hermit there, I feel like for some of you, there may be something that needs fixing around your home space, okay? And I feel actually you do it yourself. I don't see that you give out any money for that. I feel like you either DIY, or you just learn how to do it maybe online and you just do it yourself. That's what I see there. Also, this Two of Cups, for some of you, if you're looking for love, there could be someone in your industry who has a romantic interest in you there. With the Justice card and the Equilibrium, I would say, you know, just give it time, okay? Because the Justice card, I'm getting two energies there. One is they could be connected to somebody else, and there's a flirtation there. But as you get to know this person a little bit more, they may slip up and let you know. The truth will out whenever you get the Justice card there. But also, I feel for some of you, there's an energy here of meeting someone if you're single and looking for love. You could meet a person at a work industry kind of event or something that you're invited to. Doesn't mean that that person works in the company that you work for. It just means that they are connected in some way to the industry that you work in, and there could be romance on the cards. And this person, there's a contract, a soul contract with you, and I feel that this person, they are, your life purpose. I feel like they're meant to be on your life purpose path, as well as, you know, the career that you're in. So I feel there's a lot going on, but it also feels a little bit like business as usual, maintaining and sustaining your energy. So I'm just going to go get some final cards for you there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Now, there is a rogue card in this deck. It's meant to be there. It's different, okay? So don't be freaking out that there is a card there that is not like the others. It's meant to be there. Not everybody gets that card. It's very unique. They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Ooh, can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? And we have the chess card. So we have gift there, something being offered to you. They're going to celebrate something that's really wonderful there. But it's also about you looking at your gift set and what you have to offer your industry so that there is a fair recompense there too. Giving and receiving, sudden windfall, generosity, financial support, work surprises, and vacation. Now, I did mention the vacation there. There is a bit of a work surprise because the tower is there. So I did mention that briefly. Some of you may be shocked with some news that comes in there, but I feel, you know, it doesn't directly affect you because the outcome is so positive there. I would say, in terms of a promotion, some of you have already stepped into that, but some of you may hear about a potential promotion that comes in the future, but I feel like you are still like working towards it at this time. We've also got candle. This is all about ambition, you know, relighting your fire in some way for your career, keeping that, you know, lust alive for your industry, keeping things fresh. It says here, taking action, hustle, manifesting money, management, high rank, visibility, and athletic. And I definitely see high rank there for you because that King of Cups, it's not gender specific, this reading. It's all about the energy. It's about the status. And I feel like you are someone who is a natural born leader. You have a lot of wisdom and a lot of talent. And I feel that there is a potential collaboration going on here as well. But I feel this is about you kind of like standing out in some way without really promoting yourself. And we've also got cutlery there. So this is about your business tools, your resources. We've got more money, living well, needing more money, food related, sole provider, and more work. So I did mention that there is a potential of more work there, and you may have to make some adjustments because there may be some downsizing going on in your industry, and there's just a knock-on effect. But I feel like you've got the skill set to take that on board and really thrive and stand out from the crowd because of it. Also, we've got the chess card there. So this is about strategy, thinking about your next move. I feel like you're always a couple of moves ahead of your current position anyway. And it says money strategy, wise spending, long game, military leader. Those two things, there is a comma there in between military and leader. So they are two separate entities there, and thinking it through. So I said very thoughtful month, thinking about your next move in your career, hitting a sort of leadership position. If you haven't already, it's definitely on the trajectory that you're on right now. You are destined for the top. You're very ambitious. But also, I feel, you know, some of you, if you're in the services, there could be some sort of collaboration there or training going on and being deployed perhaps overseas in some way. And that chess energy, I feel there's, especially if someone is trying to micromanage you or has been trying to single you out or set you apart from other people, I feel there's an energy here of checkmate. Okay, so it could be that people have been singling you out, but suddenly you're offered a role that they wanted. And karma is at play here for you with that justice card. Also, I would say that you're thinking heavily about your budget this month and making sure that you keep things aligned with your intentions. You're not overspending, but at the same time, you're not compromising quality of life. So I definitely see that, you know, things are plateauing this month and you're thinking about your next move. So great things ahead. I see something to be celebrated as well there. You got a lot. We have the Rabbit, okay? Now, rabbits tend to connect to multiplying wealth. There's always a rabbit on a Queen of Pentacles. So this is about multiplication. Maybe this is you adding up what you got right now, seeing that perhaps you've got a little ways longer to go on your financial goals and setting a plan in motion in order to do that. Also, some of you, I did mention, you could be thinking of second streams of income, something that you're very talented at that you may put in motion in order to earn more. Now we have a spoon here, so this can indicate that you're mixing things up a little bit, but also, you know, it's almost like thinking about extra helpings in life, that you deserve more than you're getting right now, and you're putting a plan in motion in order to have that go-getting spirit and make it happen. So I feel also this could connect to someone stirring the pot, okay, and you just rising above it and saying, I see you, but I'm not engaging, because you're being very professional. You're starting with that King of Cups energy, which is like, okay, let me remove myself from this situation right now and just watch. And there is a fair outcome here. Some of you may even be taking something to HR, but I feel more than anything, the majority energy is my beautiful Sagittarians witnessing something, and they may have to step in as a mediator or a witness to something, and it goes to some sort of governing body or HR. If you're an entrepreneur, there could be some sort of legal thing going on here. I feel if you're setting something up, make sure you have all the necessary legal requirements to protect yourself in your position. But also I feel if you are going through some sort of legal battle there, I feel it will be a fair outcome. But also I feel it will take time for either a recompense or for things to be completely resolved. Okay. Now we've also got the Crown. You're starting with that King of Cups here. So this is about remember your sovereignty. You're actually more powerful than you think you are. You're in a really good position. Even if you are currently looking for a new role and you're not working right now, it may not feel like you're in a really great position because, you know, when we've got a blank canvas, that's when things get really exciting. So it feels like your career could head in any direction here. But there is an opportunity coming in that is perfect for you. And I feel there is destiny and fate winging its way with this opportunity that is going to match everything that you're looking for in your career. Okay. Now, we also have the friendship rune there. This is the elk rune. Now, this can be fortunate events. Okay. This is about you being original, but also being optimistic about your position. I feel like you have friends in high places, or you have people who are watching what you do and they admire what you do as well. But something that you're fighting for or working towards, there will be a breakthrough, and there is a nice celebration there too. And of course, we have the gift rune. You actually got the gift card there. So this is about you being very talented, but also this is a very fortunate union. So this could be a starred union in business, a partnership, or a collaboration going on. Could be someone opening a door for you, as I mentioned already. But also it could indicate if you're looking for love, there is a potential for a divine partnership to show up for you connected to your working industry. But ultimately, when you get a Two of Cups and you get this rune, this basically means that your heart is yearning for something right now, and the universe is matching the vibration, and what you want also wants you. So there is an energy of these two aspects coming together, and you're vibing at a King of Cups, which is your heart is desiring something, and the Two of Cups, the universe is delivering it to you because of good karma. You're leading with integrity, you're doing the right thing, and you're on the right path. Okay. So also you're finding solutions to any problems. So I see it's a really great 6 weeks ahead, and I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you there. If you'd like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is write in the comments box below, "Love is the answer." And my guides will bring me to one subscriber to win the free personal reading. Also, please keep your notification bell on, because I will upload a video at the end of August announcing the winner's name, and you'll want to be notified if it's you and your name, and you'll want to know how to connect with me in order to receive that reading. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.